Hello everyone, my name is Kieran. Welcome to another Manchester United live stream. Tonight, of course, we're going to be previewing Manchester United's next game after the international break. Manchester United versus Crystal Palace live preview. And I tell you what, we have to bounce back. We have to bounce back from that horrible loss to Man City in the derby. It was shocking. It really was shocking, but we have to bounce back from that. Welcome, Ricky, straight away. Thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. Please do leave a like, guys, as always, if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Our new goal for this year is 500 subscribers by Christmas. If we could get to 500 subscribers on this channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Or New Year, of course. So anything you guys can do towards that, I really would appreciate it. But thank you very much. Really would appreciate it. And yeah. Ricky says, I've had the tab on for the stream for 3 hours. You scare me. Well, thanks for you know sticking with me there on the tab. I do apologise if I made you jump a bit there. Welcome, Jessica. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining, Jessica. Really appreciate it. Which also reminds me, me, Jessica, and Rodney Cyrus also just recorded a podcast on his channel, which will be up either tonight or tomorrow. So go and check out Rodney's channel. Put on notifications if you haven't already, and go check out that podcast because it was very interesting to record, and I'm sure you guys would like to listen to it. Welcome Rasmus, welcome to the stream, thanks for joining. And welcome Nick as well, welcome to the stream, thanks for joining, guys. Of course, we're going to be previewing the Crystal Palace game. Anything you guys want to say, please get your voice heard in the live chat. I'll be reading out all of your comments as we go through, so please don't be afraid to let me know your opinion and let your voice be heard, because that's what this channel's about. Everyone having their say, being read out, being discussed, everything like that. Rasmus says, are you looking forward to the game? Of course, it's a Man United game. I'm never not looking forward to it. I'm never not looking forward to a Man United game. I love it. I love it. But also, there's another competition, guys. There's another competition on FanVibe. Of course, if you guys don't know about FanVibe already, well, it's something like this. So FanVibe, of course, is the football social network platform where you can, post things yourself, things like playing, but for all football and all sport users. You've got cricket, rugby, all that sort of stuff. And sports magazines, comment on other people's posts, and you can, post yourself. So, of course, that is FanVibe, and if you haven't already, go and make a FanVibe account because there is another competition to win tickets, win more tickets and things like that on FanVibe. The link is in the description down below. Go and do that because I really would recommend it, and it's a very interesting one this week, all related to Chelsea versus Spurs and things like that. So yeah, go and check that out in the link in the description down below. Welcome Red Army MUFC, welcome to the stream, thanks for joining, of course. And Rasmus says, well, part of me said it might be another Brighton. It could be. I'm hoping that because we're at home, it'll give us a bit of an advantage. Obviously, this season, it hasn't really given us an advantage, playing at home. We saw it in the Wolves game. But we have to hope. I feel like, if we can't beat teams like Crystal Palace at home, then, our top 4 hopes should not be hopes at all. We shouldn't expect anything from this team if we cannot, beat Crystal Palace at home. Of course, I'll be taking you through my predicted lineup as well. But first, we're going to talk about Crystal Palace. Now, currently, Crystal Palace sits 16th in the table. Not really enjoying a good start to the season by their standards. Only 2 places above the relegation zone at this stage in the season. And I think Palace, with the injury to Wilfred Zaha, that's had a big effect on them, definitely. But that's the problem. I think these smaller teams, they rely too much on 1 or 2 players. And when they do get injured, it's a real problem for them. Wilfred Zaha, of course, being injured for Palace, he started really well this season and actually played really well last season for them. And really was the reason why they stayed up and actually did all right. And it's really showing. Because even though they can defend solidly as a unit, as we saw against Arsenal. They can defend solidly. It's just, you know, you have to have that talismanic figure to actually get you the goals. The guy who has the bit of quality to bang in the goals. And unfortunately for them, Zaha is injured. And he is a major doubt as well for this game, which is great for us, obviously, as Man United fans. Because Zaha, obviously, former Man United player as well, it would have been the real danger man. Apart from Zaha, really, there's no one else in that team who scares me, and which is obviously a good thing, but you never know. Old Trafford, it seems to make people play better, especially if you're the away team, so we'll have to wait and see about that one. Nick says, Roy Hodgson shops where I work, I see him a lot. Well, I'll tell you what, say hi to him. I mean, that's a random fact, but it's interesting. It's interesting. The Roy Hodgson shops where you work. Novel one. But yeah, of course, obviously Crystal Palace. I mean, if they won this game, it'd be huge for them. I do see them playing well. I think, you know, when an opposition team comes to Old Trafford these days, they know it's not the fortress that it used to be, and they know they can exploit us. And I think, you know, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough for us. But with the fact that they don't have Zaha is very much a positive, because he's really their only good player. You know, they don't have too much else in terms of attacking options, really. Their midfield isn't that strong. So, I mean, yeah, Crystal Palace fans, I would worry if I were you, to be honest, because without Zaha, it's not looking good. But I could be absolutely talking shy, because, you know, Crystal Palace could turn up and really give us a good game, and I could be left with kind of egg on my face, but hopefully that doesn't happen. I don't think it will happen, and of course I'll be giving you my prediction on what's going to happen on the match as well. But as I said as well, I think Crystal Palace have a solid defence. I think Sacco for them was an inspired signing by Roy Hodgson, I believe he brought him in. It could have been Tony Pulis actually, but I think when they did sign Saka from Liverpool, I think that was a sort of signing which brought them in the right direction, because, you know, he's so strong, he's so kind of physical, and, you know, he's really, you know, I do think that he's probably one of their best players. And, you know, when I watch Palace, usually when they're playing a big side, I think Sacco, in terms of the defence, does stand out for me. And I remember in one of the games when he got replaced by, I think it was Kelly, they kind of capitulated a bit. So I think Sacco will be one hard nut to break, and I think he'll have to try and hold the defence together for Crystal Palace, of course. But yeah, of course, leave your thoughts on the game, guys. Leave your thoughts in the live chat if you've got any thoughts at all on the game. You know, obviously we talked a bit about their Crystal Palace. You know, I like to kind of bring up the opponents, of course, because, you know, most of this stream we're probably going to be talking about Manchester United and the players that we're going to play, but, you know, it's nice to get a bit of the opponent in there. But, of course, we're here for Manchester United. You've only come to see United, of course, and that's where we're going to start. And the first place I'm going to start is by, you know, looking at the injuries and the players that might not be playing in this game. And there's some big names who look to be kind of ruled out of this game. For one, potentially Paul Pogba might not be playing in this game. Obviously, a bit of a hangover from the Man City game as well, where he didn't really get an opportunity because he was injured. And it looks like he's still injured. I didn't see him in training, so I think potentially Pogba is still injured and not available for the game. So Pogba won't be playing. I don't think Lukaku is going to come back into the team now. We can talk about whether that's a good thing or not because of, you know, his form really, or his lack of form recently. So I think Lukaku and Pogba are definitely out. I know that Luke Shaw as well is suspended for the game, which does mean, as you said there, Red Army MUFC, Diogo Dalot will be available, which to me is so good, because I feel like he needs an opportunity in the Premier League. We saw him against Young Boys, and I thought he was very impressive. So I do think that I want to see Diogo Dalot coming into the team and showing what he's got, because I thought he was very impressive when he did get a chance against Derby and against Young Boys. So I do want to see him in the Premier League, and I think Crystal Palace, with their lack of wingers like Zaha, being a bit weaker, I think it'll be a good opportunity for him. Welcome Dazzo on the stream, thanks for joining. Yeah, I'll be taking calls, so if you do want to call in, please do feel free to do so. But yeah, obviously my Skype's in the description down below as well. But yeah, I think, you know, it's gonna be interesting with some of the players that we have out, but we should have a strong enough squad to get past Crystal Palace. There's no doubt about that. I mean, if the whole point about, you know, squad depth is the fact that in these sort of games, when you've got injuries to these big players, that other players have to step up around them, and I think we can. I definitely think we can. But yeah, I'm not too worried about the game, to be honest. I'm not too worried about the game. But of course, if you guys are or have any thoughts, please do let me know in the live chat. I'll read them all out. Yeah, Dazzler, you are catching up to me on subs, to be fair. You're growing really, really well, so congratulations for that. And if you want to go and subscribe to Daryl, you know, if you want to go subscribe to Daryl as well, if you haven't already, check out his channel in the description down below. Some really, really good content on there, so go and check it out if you haven't already. Ronaldo OT says, any lineup predictions? Well, I will be giving my lineup prediction in due course, so don't worry about that. But it is pretty standard, to be honest. It is pretty standard. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, he also says, happy Thanksgiving from New York, by the way. Well, thank you very much. Obviously, over in here, we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. We're just waiting for Christmas. We're just counting down the days to Christmas, to be honest. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving over there, of course. And thanks for watching the stream as well on Thanksgiving. I appreciate that. Nick goes with a 2-2 draw. That would be a depressing result, Nick. I've got to say, it would be a depressing result. But because we have to win. Let's be honest, you know, Chelsea and Spurs are playing. Potential opportunity to gain points on both teams, but definitely to gain points on one team. Obviously, if Spurs lose, then that's great for us as well. So, no, I think there's definitely an opportunity for us. So, yeah, I am looking forward to that. But we have got Dazza on the line, of course. If you guys want to call in, my Skype's in the description down below as well. We'll get him on. Hold on. Sorry. Hello, Dazza. Can you hear me?
Yep, perfectly clear. Good evening, Kevin. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate.
That's great. Well,
I've got a new haircut tonight, so I'll look different on my previews.
I'm sure it looks fresh, mate. I'm sure it looks fresh. But of course, you know, Crystal Palace, Man United on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. What are your feelings going into it? Are you nervous or are you pretty comfortable? Do you think we're going to get the win?
I can't hear a word you're saying, mate.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Now I can.
All right. Well, no, all I was saying is, all I was saying to you, Dowell, is obviously, you know, the game's coming up on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff for a change, of course. Are you kind of, you know, nervous for the game? Do you think it could be a difficult one for us, or are you actually looking forward to it and you think we're, you know, are you comfortable? Are you comfortable? Do you think we're going to get the win, or do you think it's not going to be as simple as that?
I'm not too confident. And I know I normally would be against Palace, but you remember what we were like when we played Crystal Palace last season. They're no mugs. We all know that Crystal Palace are a team who win the Premier League for a reason. They're no mugs at all in the league. They've shown that since they got into it in 2013, I believe. They do play some very interesting football under Roy Hodgson. And last season, obviously, you know, the game wasn't going our way, and then 2-0 down to 3-2 away from home. But we're at home this time, and we have a home advantage. I do think it's going to be tough, though, because Crystal Palace is going to come. Anyone who comes to Old Trafford plays it like a cup final. Derby County did that, for example. And I think, you know, with the fact that we lost 3-1 against Man City last week, and all the players, I think all the players didn't deserve anything from that game. We were awful. I don't think we'll win comfortably, but I think the players can definitely put in a good performance, even though we will be missing a couple of big players. Lukaku, I was told, was injured for the Belgians, but I'm pretty I don't know if he's available. So, you know, if he's not playing, then obviously that gives room for Marcus Rashford. But then again, I'm still not sure how serious his injury was, because he went off injured against, I think, Croatia. So he went off injured for England. So, you know, we have a couple of injury issues to sort out. And tomorrow, I think tomorrow's the type of game where you just go out there and I'd say probably play a couple of the youngsters. But you know what Jose Mourinho is like. He won't play the flaming normal he won't play the kids. He doesn't like playing the youngsters, which I think is just stupid and just shows that he's ignorant most of the time. But I think we'll win, but I think it'll be an uncomfortable one.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a lot more difficult than some people think. I think Palace, they've got some decent players. Obviously, Zaha looks like he's not going to be playing in the game. So I think that's definitely a threat nullified. Yeah, I totally agree. Welcome R-Stars, by the way, onto the stream. He says, Daz and RedDevilWeekly back out again with a great video, so thank you very much, mate. He also says, follow you boys on Fan Vibe. Well, thank you very much. And if you guys haven't already, go and check out Fan Vibe. There's a competition as well they're running in the description down below. So make an account on there. I'd recommend it.
I don't even know what the competition is.
Oh, yeah, I think it's some sort of competition where if you predict the correct scores of the games that are on the Fan Vibe page, then you can go into a chance to win a PlayStation Pro, which is an amazing prize, to be honest. So if you want to go check that out, link in the description down below as well. Ricky says no Pogba, Lukaku, and no Martial. So 3 big players being out of the game, which it definitely is a blow. It's definitely a blow, and I think, I saw Martial in training, so I think that one's a bit ambiguous, but we'll see. Hopefully Martial plays, of course. Red RMC says, I heard Lukaku is currently injured at the moment. Yep, I agree. I think he is injured, and I think Pogba's still injured as well. But yeah, so of course, as you said, it's not going to be easy for us. The midfield, I want to ask you about the midfield, because with Pogba potentially being out, it does seem like it gives an opportunity to some players who don't play as much. What I'm thinking of is Fred. Obviously, Fred, doesn't really get too much game time at the minute. Do you think Fred's gonna have a role to play tomorrow?
I think with the fact, obviously, Pogba's going to be out. There's a couple of midfielders that we could do with, but as I said, they're not going to really. They're not really going to get far, are they? So yeah, I do think this is definitely the time where I think Fred can come in and certainly prove to United fans and to Jose Mourinho why he's reliable as a centre midfielder. Because at the minute, he's not getting his chance to really show anything good. Because you know what Jose is like. He's not playing him much, and this is the issue. He doesn't play, the reserves or the people who's normally on the bench much, which I think is shocking. He needs to start, playing some of the people who are on the benches, if not leave every single player on the bench, because it just doesn't improve their confidence at all. It makes them feel like, well, if they're going to be on the bench all the time, they might as well not be even at the club. So yeah, I think this is definitely a game where Fred can probably show his talent.
Let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. I think he does deserve a lot more opportunities in the team. So I hope he does get his opportunity. I hope he does shine. Ricky says, well, he'll probably be on the bench for Crystal Palace, but while he fully recovers. Obviously, Martial as well potentially might not be playing, which would be sad, because if Martial does score in this game, I think he'll be alongside, I think, Wayne Rooney, Van Nistelrooy and Ronaldo are scoring 6 goals in 6 Premier League games in concession, which is a big achievement for someone like Martial as well, who we haven't really seen too much consistency from him. So it's good to see finally a bit of consistency, and that's my key word really, to be honest. Welcome Ryan FC, welcome to the stream, thanks for joining. Please do leave a like if you haven't already, guys, and Ryan as well. He says, Palace are nothing special. They came to Borough and parked the bus. All right, fair enough. Dazza, do you want to tell us about that?
I beg to differ on that bit, because I was at the game, and the first half was definitely better than the first half, but the second half was mainly all Palace in the second half. But yeah, I agree that they did pack the bus in the first half, but I couldn't really say the same about the second half. So have you met?
Well, there you go. Well, I'm sure Palace, the history of United, especially this season at Old Trafford, we've been very, very shaky. And I think, teams don't have that fear factor. Old Trafford doesn't have that fear factor anymore. And I've got no doubt they'll come all guns blazing. They'll go, you know what, there's nothing to lose. If we press their back line, they're not very good at playing out from the back. If we just press them high, we'll make them make mistakes and make them uncomfortable, and it could be a very, very hard time for us. MUFC also says he has a chance to break a record. I've been reading from articles. Yeah, I agree. That was obviously what I was referring to there. R-Star says United will win this one for sure. Let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. Ryan says, what players would you sell either in January or the summer? Well, that's an interesting one. There's a decent list, to be fair, Ryan. I've got to say, a decent list of players I would like to sell. The ones that I think are the whole team. I think the ones that are realistic, I'd say, I think Phil Jones. Unfortunately, there's no point really in him being here. We've got too many centre backs as it is. I feel like Phil Jones, I wouldn't mind letting go of.
Phil Jones was naff old.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't miss penalties.
Exactly, he doesn't really play anyway, so he's just taking up a squad place of someone who would probably have a bigger impact. So yeah, for me, I'd say Phil Jones. I'd also go with I'd probably go with Ashley Young, to be honest, because I feel like even though he's done a good job for us, he's just not really, he's not United material, and I feel like we need to. I think Delo would be a lot better, so I'd get rid of Ashley Young as well, and potentially Chris Smalling. So I don't know, but I mean, there's a decent list, but maybe obviously, Dal, have you got any other players to add to that?
I saw your comment earlier when I'd ended the flaming stream. You fancied Koulibaly.
Yeah.
I just went live randomly. I don't normally go live about stuff, but I just went live, earlier thinking, you know what? Because Bailey and Warhol apparently have been told that they could possibly be leaving by Jose Mourinho. Now, the issue with this, Marcus Warhol, I don't have an issue with because he doesn't get his game time and he's pretty much cack anyway. But Eric Bailey, come on, give it a break, Jose. You get rid of Eric Bailey and don't sign either Koulibaly or Skriniar, our defence is certainly going to be as weak as Flaming Sunderland. Seriously, it's going to be absolutely awful. And if we get rid of those two, imagine who we would have as the two centre backs, Phil Jones and Chris Smalling. I couldn't imagine it. It would just make our season miles more worse than it is anyway. Wait in the league, we'd end up in probably the bottom, probably 15th or something if we had the defence like that. For me, Phil Jones can sod off. Sanchez can sod off because he's awful. Lukaku, for me, hasn't lived up to his expectations since he arrived. So he's not turned up at all this season, so he can sod off back to Everton. Martial's definitely staying. Everyone's saying that the issue is, with people leaving, people are saying that people are worried that Martial will be leaving in January, but I can't see him leaving, no. I think that's me. We need another right winger. So, a right winger who's pretty much a playmaker, a bit like Gareth Bale, but I don't think we'd ever get him. A right winger. Trying to think of good right wingers.
It's difficult.
Jose Callejon maybe, but
yeah.
I don't know if he'd suit the Premier League.
I don't know.
It's funny that a lot of the players that we've been linked with are from the Italian league. Jose Callejon could be good. Leonardo Insigne, he's a left winger. Sorry. I think we just need pretty much a new team. There's so many positions that I think needs tweaking. I think we'll need another goalkeeper. Sergio Romero doesn't get his game time, and I think he's going to set off. Lee Grant never plays. He might as well be playing for Shrewsbury. He'd get more game time there. There's a lot of positions that need tweaking up, and there's a lot of players that we need to bring in. But the question is, will we bring one person in? Because look at the last transfer window we had. January, signed one player, that was Alexis Sanchez, who still has not been doing what he was expected to be. He's not playing like he's expected at the minute. And obviously, you know, this transfer window we've signed, obviously, Fred and Delort, who are two players who have no Premier League experience, so what's the point of doing that? Spend nearly 100 million on two players who haven't got a clue what the Premier League is. But Fred's starting to show he's worth at times, but he's not getting enough game time at all. Delort was a waste of time. You might as well send him back to Flaming Porto, because he's not going to get his game time, and what's the point of him being here? I still don't see why Jose Mourinho is keeping older players who he's never going to play. It's pointless, isn't it?
Yeah, I do think, you know, if you're going to sign someone, you have to play them. You have to play them, and that is the annoying thing. But, you know, I do think when some of these players do get their opportunity, I think they will do all right. But a few comments here.
Mike's gone again.
That's it? Oh, I don't know. But anyway, let's see. You know, I think I'm just reading a few of the comments here. He says can't get rid of Phil Jones. Can't get rid of Jones. He washes all the players' cars. I was just processing that comment. Sorry, Ricky, but yeah, I appreciate that. He watches everyone. Yeah. To be fair, I mean, yeah, water boy. We need a water boy, you know. Renami says, I'd rather take Chris Smalling instead of Phil Jones. I don't rate the player one bit, especially those faces he makes during the matches. Yeah, I know. That's basically the only thing. You know, that's basically the only thing that. You know, that's the only thing he really provides. Comedy value. That's pretty much it. Ryan says, yep, they're going to be playing Leeds, apparently. Yeah, they're going to be playing
Leeds. We all hate Leeds.
Yeah, I mean, who likes Leeds? I mean, also, of course, you know, Man United will be playing Leeds on their pre-season tour next year as well. So that's kind of exciting. But yeah, final thing, Daryl. What is your score prediction? What is your score prediction?
I can see it being tight. And I don't know why I'm thinking this, but I can see us, you know, I can see us scoring, and I can see Crystal Palace scoring as well. So I think it's going to be tight. It's going to be tough. I have what's an FB? An FB friend who loves Leeds. Well, that's nice, but we don't. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I think Crystal Palace will score, and I think if I was going to be confident, I would say 2-1 United, but I'm not that confident. I do think we'll only get a point out of this. 1-1.
1-1, Daryl. Well, there you go.
I sadly think.
Daryl, I mean, I tell you what, that again, I would not take a draw.
My confidence keeps going down with Jose Mourinho at the minute.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the way we're playing, yeah.
Doesn't it?
Definitely. I mean, but yeah, if it was 1-1,
because Jose Mourinho half the time doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I think if it was 1-1, it'd be very, very depressing. I'd say. But
Facebook. Oh, right.
You know what? Thanks for coming on, Daryl. Appreciate it, mate.
I don't know what you'd turn up. Yeah. I think that's it from me. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Daryl. Really appreciate it.
What are you saying on your mic?
Go and check out Daryl's channel in the link in the description down below if you haven't already as well. Some really, really good content on there.
A couple of issues with your mic today.
I know. I do apologise about this. I do apologise, Daryl, if you can't hear me. But thank you very much for coming on, mate. Appreciate it.
No chance. No chance. Oh, God. I'm getting my words mixed up tonight. No problem with what I was going to say anytime. Right,
thanks, Daryl.
See ya.
See you, Daryl. Thanks for coming on, mate. There we go. There's the opinion of Daryl. And if you want to go check out Dazzle's football stand, link in the description down below. And I do apologise for my mic cutting out and things like that. Welcome to the Tactical Show and welcome Matthew Coyle as well. Welcome to the stream. Ryan says Brentford 1, Borough 2, and United 1-0 Palace. So again, a slim victory. So again, I'll take that. 3 points. 3 points is all that counts. Welcome to the Tactical Show as well on stream. Thanks for joining. Renami C says this should be an easy win, easy for United. I hope. Well, to be fair, I agree, but yeah, we all know here that we never make things easy. We never make things easy for ourselves. So I wouldn't bank on it, mate. Ryan says anyone here want to be in a 5-a-side league? I mean, I'm free, kind of, but there you go. I'm not sure if we're in the same area, but anyway. Ryan says, I don't think Ryan. Renami AMC said, I don't think Palace is in a good enough run of form. Yeah, I mean, it does seem like whenever we beat a team, they seem to spiral out of control, really. So, yeah, I agree. I think, Palace, though, they're going to come to Old Trafford. Old Trafford does things to people, In these conditions, as you can see, teams perform really, really well. Matthew says 1-0 United again, slim victory. I'll take that. No problem, Daryl. No problem. Go check out his channel if you haven't already, guys, as well. Renami says we should be looking for more goals, not a 1-0 escape of a match, especially at Old Trafford. Of course, mate. Of course, I would love to see a 3 or 4-0 victory, but at this sort of time, in the sort of dire straits we are right now, I'd take the 3 points any way we can get them. So a 1-0 win for me would do me just fine, and a solid performance as well. A clean sheet. When was the last time we had a clean sheet? So there's swings and roundabouts, Ryan says if you get a contract with me on Instagram or Snapchat about that would help me a lot, mate. Well, there you go. I'll see. We'll see what we can do, of course. But it's now time for my lineup predictions. So I'm going to give my lineup prediction. I want you guys in the live chat to give your lineup predictions right now. I want to see what you guys think the predicted lineup is going to be. But I've got a little bit of a graphic here, so let's go for it. So here is my predicted lineup for the game. As you can see, I'm in the bottom right-hand corner. Look at me. There you go. Anyway, I've gone with the 4-3-3 formation. I've gone with David Hare there. Just realised that the picture needs to be moved up. That's stupid. Oh, that's annoying. Anyway. I think Mourinho's going to go with David Hare in goal. I'm going to go with Young, Smalling, Lindelof and Dalot. Now, I feel like Mourinho's not going to drop Ashley Young. He seems to be one of his favourites. And I think Smalling and Lindelof are going to be the back two. Lindelof, I've heard, is back in training and does look like he could be in contention for the match. And I think if Lindelof is in contention for the match, I think he will play. And I put Dalot at left back. Luke Shaw is suspended for this game, so I put Dalot instead of Luke Shaw. And I'd love to see Dalot get his opportunity. 3 in midfield, Matic, Herrera and Fred. Obviously I haven't put a Mata in there or anything like that. I just think that, and also Fellaini as well. Fellaini is available. I'm not sure if Mourinho's going to start him, but that's what I've put down. And then the front three, Martial, Sanchez and Lingard. No Lukaku in there. I do believe Lukaku is still injured. And I don't think Rashford's going to start. I think Lingard is going to be on the right. Oh, get back online. Wait. Hold on. Looks like we might be back. Are we back? Are we back? We're back. We're back. I think we're back. I think we're back. Hold on. Right. Right, if you guys are still watching, I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, if there was a bit of a break in the videos because the buffering and stuff happened. But here is my team. Here is my predicted lineup for the game. I'm going with Ashley Young, Smalling, Lindelof and Dalot. 3 throughout the midfield. Matic, Herrera and Fred. And the 3 up front, Lingard, Sanchez and Martial. You guys, of course, can leave your predicted lineups in the live chat. Thanks, everyone. I'm not going to finish the stream here because I'm not sure how many of you guys are watching. But yeah, leave your thoughts, guys. Leave your thoughts. Yeah, I do apologise, guys. The internet is up and down. It really is up and down. And it's really annoying because I'm using Wi-Fi instead of a wired connection because I've moved rooms. So that's probably why this is all happening. So yeah, that's my fault. I do apologise. But thanks for sticking with me. But yeah, that is my predicted lineup for the game. You guys can leave your thoughts on that in the live chat, of course. And leave a like as well if you haven't already as well. I noticed we've got to 10 likes, so thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. But yeah. Ryan says Andres Pereira on the bench. I mean, Andres Pereira is an interesting one. He hasn't really been given too much of an opportunity so far this season. So I think, you know, I'd love to see Pereira play. I would love to see Pereira play. And I think Pereira will be on the bench. But I'd love to see him start. I'd love to be proved wrong in my prediction and see Pereira, Fred and Herrera in that midfield. I think that'd be a really refreshing midfield. So if we see that, I'd be happy with it. I'd be really happy with it. Ricky says De Gea, Delo, Lindelof, Smalling, Young, Fred, McTominay, Matic, Rashford, Lukaku, Lingard, Martial instead of Rashford if he's back. Yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot of that team to like. I like Delo. I definitely want to see Delo play on Saturday. I think, you know, I want to see him, you know, when he's really he's got a test. He's playing in the Premier League at Old Trafford. Expectation. I want to see how he performs. So I hope he does get a game. Obviously, gone with Young as well in there. And Rashford as well. You said Rashford's going to start. Obviously, interesting one. I think that it definitely is going to be... It could go either way. It could either be Lingard or it could be Rashford. Welcome, Mr. Mike HD. Welcome to stream, Mike. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it, mate. If you guys want to go check out, you know, his streams, he does FIFA 18 and stuff like that. So... if you guys love FIFA, like I do, and watch streams and things like that, I'd really recommend you go check out Mike's streams. So go and check him out. He's there in the live chat if you haven't already. He says, what do you think about the Smalling in talks to renew contract? Well, I mean, it's not the best story, is it? To be honest, I mean, I'd rather somebody else, someone like Martial, in contract talks, because Pogba, to be honest, is dead. No, not Pogba. Smalling's a bit dead, to be honest. I don't know why he's still at this club, but Jose Mourinho does seem to favour him over Bailly, which I don't understand as well. But I think, you know, if Mourinho wants to keep him, we can't do anything about it. And I think in some games, Smalling does perform well, but in other games, I think he's just a bit... He's just too prone to mistakes. I would like to have two centre-backs who are not prone to mistakes. And I think that's why Jose Mourinho went in for someone like Toby Alderweireld or Harry Maguire in the summer to try and strengthen that back line and probably trying to get rid of Chris Smalling. But obviously he wasn't allowed to, wasn't, you know, given the funds to do it. The deal didn't get done. It was all a shambles, really. And, you know, that's why we're stuck in the situation that we were in. But, yeah, I mean... you know, I think Smalling will probably get a new contract, although 120,000 a week is ridiculous. Apparently that is the reported fee that he could be getting, but 120 grand a week is shocking. It really is shocking. How can he be worth 120 grand a week? Rasha, welcome to stream, thanks for joining. Please do leave a like if you haven't already. He says, we must sell 5 players and buy 4 high-class players. Well, apparently in January, Mourinho is going to have £100 million to spend, and I reckon that could bring us at least 2 decent players for the team. So, you know, let's hope so. And I think potentially in January, with the way things are going, I think we could spend big. But, you know, you never know. Maybe we shouldn't be spending big. Maybe we should be spending kind of pragmatically on players who might actually improve the team. So, who knows? But guys, also if you've missed it, this is my predicted team for the game. Young, Smalling, Lindelof, Delo, Matic, Herrera, Fred, Lingard, Sanchez, and Martial. That is my predicted lineup for Saturday's game. So that's what it is. If you've missed it, also go and check out the Fan Vibe competition if you haven't already as well. It's just a social media sports website where you can interact with other users and like comment on other people's posts and things like that. And also they've got as well. It's really good. I really recommend it. And there's a competition in the description down below that is currently running, which is you know, if you predict the correct scores of the games that are in the link in the description down below, you could be within a chance to win a PS4 Pro, which would be great. Especially, I'd love to win a PS4 because it would mean I'll be able to stream FIFA a bit better and a bit easier for you guys, because I want to do a bit of a Manchester United FIFA series or something like that. But let's hope so. Ricky says, Smalling has scored a few goals for us since Sanchez joined. How is Sanchez on 500k? I know. I mean, it's ridiculous. 500k a week. No footballer deserves that, except from like Messi or Ronaldo maybe. But Alexis Sanchez on 500 grand a week is ridiculous. Mike says if you could, if you could buy a realistic centre back, who you'd like to see United. All right, well. Oh, De Ligt. Oh, yeah, De Ligt. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Sorry. But yeah, no. I don't know. I think he's a decent centre back. He's been playing for the Netherlands. He has been very, very good. I think, for me, I'd go Alderweireld. I think Alderweireld's good. The only problem with him is he's very prone to injuries. Obviously, De Ligt looks decent. Skriniar as well for Inter Milan. Everyone seems to be raving on about him. So I'd love to see what all the hype's about. Him there, just someone who's kind of experienced in the league and can actually, really, someone who's experienced head in that midfield, in that defence, would be able just to kind of calm everyone down and is not prone to mistakes and just, I don't know, because I think some of the people I've mentioned there would be good, but Maguire potentially as well. Yeah, I've heard he's young as well, Mike. Yeah, I've heard he's young, yeah, which is good as well because it'll mean longevity. Of course, I think Lindelof's only 23 as well. So two kind of youngish, decent centre-backs in there would be an absolute dream, really, because it would mean building a potential dynasty at the back, which is what we need if you're going to want to win titles and trophies. You have to have a strong defence. So, yeah, that's... I think we are going to, if we are in January, I think we are definitely going to sign a centre-back. I think we're definitely going to sign one. I think Jose Mourinho has definitely shown his frustration at the fact we didn't sign a centre-back in the summer. So I feel like we are going to go for a centre-back in January. That is my hypothesis. But anyway, I'm going to get on to my score prediction for the game. If you guys want to leave your score predictions in the live chat, I would definitely welcome you to do so. But my score prediction for the game. Now, I've seen a few of you guys putting 1-0 as the score prediction. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Manchester United. I think it'll be kind of similar to the Everton game that we saw where we won the game 2-1. I think, we're going to have a lot of dominance in the game. It's just whether we take our chances, really. And I think we are going to take our chances, more or less. I'm going to go with 3-1. I'm going to go with Martial getting a goal. I think potentially as well, Sanchez will get a goal if he does play. And also, well, it depends who plays, of course. But I think potentially Fred as well, if he plays, will get on the score sheet. So I think 3-1 to Manchester United in that game. I'm hopeful. I am hopeful we can bounce back after the Man City defeat. Ricky goes with 2-0. Mike says 1-1. Zaha scores and celebrates. Oh, God. That would be a nightmare. That would be an absolute nightmare. He also says, obviously, I support Benfica as well. And Lindelof was really good at Benfica, especially with his feet. This season, Lindelof has been really good, and I hope he plays out, even though I support City. Yeah. I think, everyone saw his potential at Benfica, and he looked really, really good. And I think, he's won the Sweden Player of the Year as well, which is great for him, and he's achieved a dream, which is great for him as well. But we just need to see, more consistency from him. I feel like at the start of his Manchester United career, he was very unlucky because, he got thrown in at the deep end after, I think it was Phil Jones got injured, and he got thrown into that Brighton game, the Huddersfield game, and he made a few mistakes, and everyone kind of was saying he was pretty poor, but actually, once he's got consistent game time, he's definitely grown into the role and he looks decent. So I think Lindelof's doing a great job, but I do think we are going to sign a centre-back in January. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Please do leave a like if you haven't already and subscribe to all the channels in the description down below. By the way, we are trying to hit 500 subscribers by either Christmas or New Year, depending how it goes. So anything you guys can do to help us towards that, I really, really would be appreciated. And also, go and check out the Fan Vibe competition in the description down below. If you click on the link in the description and enter the competition, you could be in with a chance of winning a PS4 Pro. So, Thank you for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Go and check out FanVibe. Create an account on there. I'm also on there at RedDevilWeekly. Follow me on Twitter as well at RedDevilWeekly in the link in the description down below. But that's me done, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Also, if you've got this far, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks as always, and see you later.